Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we're going to be playing around with some scrap clay and some nail foil strips. I just got these in the mail and I'm super excited about trying them out. And we are also going to be using some glitter. So the first thing I did was I kind of rolled this in my hand to get it nice and pliable. And then I'm going to roll this out on my pasta machine to the second thickest setting. I'm going to make sure it's well conditioned. And then roll this out. Okay. All right, so I ended up rolling this out to my third thickest setting instead of the second. And I'm going to get my glitter. So I'm actually going to cut this partially in half because I don't need all of it to be one color. I want two different colors here. So I have this beautiful pink. I love this glitter. And I'm just gonna dump it on and then roll it all over. And it sticks so nice to the clay. All right. I'm going to shake this off a bit, but then I'm going to do the back. I want to get the back and the front both full of the glitter. All right, so that's all covered. Look how beautiful. Is that not gorgeous? I love this glitter. Then I will do the same thing with my red glitter over here. And I'm pressing down on this because I want to make sure that this sticks to my clay real well. This particular red glitter doesn't work as nice as that one, but I really wanted something red with Valentine's coming up. And there's the red. So you can see, like, I can still see a little bit of black through here. And that one's just so much nicer, but I do want something that's red, so that's why I'm going with that particular one. All right, let me clean this all up because this glitter goes everywhere. And all I do is I get a red towel, or all I do is get a wet towel, and it kind of sticks right to it. Okay, so this will be used for my red hearts. Let me see, look how pretty that looks. And one more. And then I'm going to use these for my pink hearts. All I'm going to do is smooth out my edges. And I'm not going to put glitter on my edges because I am going to use my marker around the edge. And then I'm going to place these in my oven at 275 because it is Primo clay. I'll bake them for a half hour and then we'll come back and do the next step. My pieces are out of the oven. They're all cooled off. And I started working on these ahead of time so you wouldn't have to watch me do the whole entire thing. But this is what the earring will look like. It's called my little love bug earrings. And I absolutely love these. And they have a little ladybug with a heart charm on there to hang the earring off of. And I absolutely think these are so adorable with the little ladybug. So I'm going to show you quickly how I did that. And then our little pendant. So the very first thing I did was I took my chrome markers And I got the smaller one to get in between here because you will not get the bigger one to go in there. So just take your smaller one to get the in between. And then I just take my larger one and go right around, and it'll finish it off very beautifully. Give it a nice shine. And then I will edge my back as well, just by running the tip of my marker right on the edge. So very, very simple, but it'll give it a nice, clean, finished look. You see how it gives it that beautiful finished look? So we'll do the earring first, and then we'll do the pendant while that dries. So here is the nail tape, and you see how tiny it is. And all I do is just take it, and I'm just going to start laying it out. And I have no certain ways of doing this. I just lay them down, and however they kind of go, they go. And then just press down, make sure it stays down there. And we'll do one across. And then to trim them, I just take my scissors and trim right at the edge. And I will do, so there's the front, and I'll do the back right away as well, because I love to have my backs finished. I just think they look so much prettier. Just do one right there. And you could add more, less, do whatever you prefer. And then once again, I'll just go right to the edge, cut everything off. And I am going to take my mat here, make sure all my little edges are down just in case I have some hanging over. Now I want to lay this up here so I know I have to do the opposite, because I don't want them being exactly the same. So I'll take my resin, stick, which I love. And I'm just going to pull everything right to the sides. And I am doing a thin coat on this right now. I always try to start out with a thin coat first if I can. Especially when I'm putting stuff on it afterwards. If you put too much resin on right away, you'll kind of have an overflow once you put your other pieces on. So you want to kind of start out slowly. Okay. So I got all my sides done. I'll take my charm and set it here, and I'm going to use my stick to position it exactly where I want it. I just want to make sure it's going to hang properly. And then I'll take my little bug. Oops. And let's flip him over the right way. And there we go. And now I'll just put a little bit more on down below. Okay. I'll hit it with the lighter one time. Get all the bubbles out, and then I will put this under my UV light. While that is under the light, we'll start on our necklace. And for the love bug, or for the pendant, we're going to put the heart right in the middle. So here's the earring piece. Look how beautiful that looks. Is that not very, very pretty? I love that. All right. One thing that I noticed was once I put that ladybug on and the charm, it's off balance. So what I did before with the other earring was I took one of my molds and I kind of set them inside of the mold. So this way it lays flat. So that's what we're going to do with this one. Get the extra tape off of there. And we'll do quick coat on the back. We're not going to put anything else but the resin on the back. Okay. And I'm going to put my pendant on there. Make sure it's right in the middle. And that's the nice thing about putting that little strip right down the middle, so you have an area to kind of go off of. And my little bugs. I am going to put 2 ladybugs on this one, because they're my love bugs. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit more right here and on my sides. All right, let me hit it one time with my lighter. This side, you can see I need a little bit more resin. So I'm gonna do just a tad bit more right there, because I can see it's pulling away from the edge, which is telling me I don't have enough resin there. This resin is so fantastic that it never pulls away from the edge unless you don't have enough on it. And that's really a good indicator for me to know how much I need for my pieces. Okay. And I'll put this under my light. So while those cure under the light, I'm going to get these ones ready. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to edge the sides here, but this time I'm going to do it in gold. And this one, I don't need a small one because the opening is perfect right there. So there's nothing that I need to struggle to get into. I'm going to show you the difference when you edge them. Can you see how much nicer they look when you edge? Look at that. How much prettier is that? So that's why with almost every single one of my pieces, I edge them. When I first started doing them, I didn't edge them, but I always felt like something was missing. And then I started doing the edging, and I just felt like they felt complete to me when I did them. So that's why I make it a point to always edge my pieces now, for the most part at least. All right, so I got all those completed. I did the back of this one. So now we could put everything together. All right, so for the pendant, I'm going to add one jump ring, and I'm going to use a tiny one, and hopefully I could get them both on there. If not, I might have to go a little bit larger, but I would like to use a tiny one if possible. Let me close that. I need to make sure that's closed all the way. And it's so hard to see. Come on. There we go. Come on, you're so close, so close. There we go, perfect. Look how pretty that looks. My little love bugs, so cute. And this is very simple. All you do is open up your fish hook by opening it up that way. Put your earring on and then reclose it. And there is our love bug set. So very, very cute. I absolutely adore these. I think these are so adorable. So that's our first project. Our second one will go much quicker. We are only going to be putting resin on these. I'm not adding anything extra on these. So the first thing I want to do though is put my holes where they need to go. I scratched off that tape right there. So let me put a new one on. I don't like the way that looks. Let me put a new tape on. There we go. Okay. So for the necklace, I know I want it to go like this. And I actually think, let's see, I'm going to do earrings as well. Let's do that for a pair of earrings. And that one. So then we'll do these. So we're just going to put holes right in the sides here. I'm going to go straight across. Try to keep it as even as I can. And I'm going to do that with each one of these. And then for the earrings, we're just going to go right in the middle. And we're going to go at the bottom and in the middle. And I'm drilling these before I put the resin on because it'll make it easier afterwards. If we have to re-drill, we'll already kind of have a hole started. And very simply lay everything out, and then we will start putting our resin on. I'm going to attempt to avoid my holes, so I'm going to carefully go right around the hole. If I get any resin in the hole, I'll just re-drill it afterwards. Alrighty. Let me hit this once with my lighter, and then I'll put these under my lamp. And then I will do the back side real quick, and then we'll put this all together. My pieces are completely resined. I did the front and the back, and now we just got to assemble everything. So I have my bigger jump rings and then my tiny jump rings, and I'm going to connect these all together. And then I will close that. And you want to make sure that your jump ring is completely closed. If you have an issue closing it, just turn it like this, and you see it just naturally goes into place. That's the best way to do it. And then you want to make sure that your small jump rings are also completely closed. If I could see them, they're so tiny. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, see, that one's partially open. I can see. There we go. And I'll get my big one again, and I'll connect it to the little one. And I normally don't do this, but I thought it would look really pretty having them all together like that, instead of just using one big jump ring. You see how much prettier that's going to look than just having one big jump ring combining them together? So what I'm going to do quick is just make sure my little ones are completely closed, because I can see them better without them being on the large jump ring. When you're putting them on, make sure that they're all facing the correct direction, because you don't want the back on the front and the front on the back. I still feel like that one's not closed all the way. There we go. Look how pretty that looks. Oops. Beautiful. It looks so pretty. And I want this to be a longer chain that just slips right over my neck. I don't want it to be... Actually, do I want that? Let me see. I'm gonna clamp it right here. Right there's where I'm gonna cut it. So to measure it, I'm just putting this around my neck. I'm laying it across to see where I want this last piece to lay on my neck. And that's going to determine how long I make my chain. So I actually want this one to be a little bit higher up on my chest, so it is really noticeable, and it's a higher collar one. So my chain is going to be much smaller. So what I am going to do is I am actually going to cut this in half. And to determine where exactly my half is going to be, because I don't measure my pieces with a ruler, I take my little pin here. Oops. And I take another pin, I find my middle section, pull it straight, It'll tell you if you have your middle, and right there. That's the loop that I need to cut. So I will right there. And I will take a big jump ring, open that up, put it on my chain, put that through, close it all the way. And I will grab that. Grab two of my, oops. Oops. And there is our necklace. How pretty is that? Oops. As I fumble with it. Is that not beautiful? It's really an easy, simple piece that is definitely going to be eye-catching. And I love that the back is done as well. So if you really didn't want the tape on it, you could just do the back. So to finish up these pieces, let's add our jump rings on the earrings. I'm going to do the same exact thing with the earrings that I did with the necklace, just so they match nicely. Oops. There we go. And I need 2 fish hooks. And I like to take my bottom half here and spin it very carefully. Open this up. And then add my fish hook. And look how pretty that is. So if you don't want that extra little loop, you could just use a bigger jump ring. I like the extra loop because it matches the necklace really nice. So it's all on what you really like. And there we go. So we have this gorgeous necklace. And these beautiful earrings. I really like these earrings a lot. Oh, I put it on backwards. Oh, no, I didn't. There we go. And then our little love bug set. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed creating these pieces with me. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.